You've probably heard it all before. Breakfast is the most important meal of the day. But then someone else says, no, skipping breakfast is the secret to weight loss. Who's right? And more importantly, when should you eat for the best health and weight management? Well, scientists just dropped a brand new study in Nature Medicine. This wasn't just any study. It was a rigorous clinical trial conducted across multiple research centers in Spain. And let's just say this one changes everything we thought we knew about meal timing. It's not just about what you eat, but when you eat it. And if you get this wrong, you might be making weight loss way harder than it needs to be. So, does skipping dinner actually help? Is breakfast back on the menu? And what does this mean for you? Stay with me, because we're breaking it all down. A team of researchers put time-restricted eating, a form of intermittent fasting, to the test. They gathered nearly 200 adults, men and women between 30 and 60, and had them all follow a healthy Mediterranean diet. Then they split them into 3 groups. One group ate early, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. One group ate late, 2 p.m. to 10 p.m. One group picked their own 8-hour window, usually somewhere in between late morning to evening. Everyone followed a healthy diet, and there was also a control group that didn't fast at all. After just 12 weeks, the results were staggering. The fasting groups lost 6 to 9 pounds more than those who ate throughout the day. That's without counting calories. Just by adjusting when they ate, they lost more weight. And that's not even the most shocking part. Okay, so fasting works, but does it matter whether you eat early or late? This is where things get really interesting. Turns out, the early eaters, those who stopped eating by late afternoon, saw the biggest improvements in blood sugar levels and metabolism. Their fasting glucose dropped significantly overnight, meaning their bodies were handling sugar way more efficiently. Their metabolism was humming along like a well-oiled machine. Even though all groups were eating the same healthy Mediterranean foods, when they ate, made a huge difference in how their bodies processed it. Meanwhile, the late eaters, who finished their last meal at 10 p.m., didn't see the same benefits. They still lost weight, but their blood sugar control wasn't as strong. Their bodies had to work harder to process food late at night. Why does this happen? It all comes down to your circadian rhythm, your body's natural clock. In the morning, your metabolism is primed to digest food efficiently. But as the day goes on, your body starts winding down. If you eat late, your body isn't ready to process those calories the same way. Think of it like this. Imagine getting a huge package delivery at 6 a.m. when you're awake and ready to organize everything, versus at 10 p.m. when you're tired and about to go to bed. Which scenario helps you handle everything more efficiently? For decades, we were told that skipping breakfast was bad. Then intermittent fasting took off, and suddenly everyone was skipping breakfast. But what if we've had it backwards this whole time? This study suggests that skipping dinner might actually be better than skipping breakfast, especially if you care about blood sugar control, energy levels, and long-term health. And here's something wild. All that talk about fasting burning belly fat, turns out fasting does help reduce fat, but mostly the subcutaneous fat, the kind you can pinch just under your skin, not the dangerous visceral fat deep around your organs. Alright, let's make this practical. If you want the biggest benefits from intermittent fasting, here's what you can do. Shift your eating window earlier. If possible, finish your last meal by 6 p.m. If that's too early, try at least 7 p.m. The earlier, the better. Start with an early kitchen curfew. Set a rule, no food after a certain time, like 7 or 8 p.m. Your body will thank you the next morning. Prioritize protein and fiber in your meals to stay full longer and avoid cravings. Stay hydrated. Sometimes what feels like hunger is actually dehydration. Herbal tea or water can help in the evenings. Be flexible. Life happens. If you eat late sometimes, no big deal. But if you mostly stick to an early window, you'll see results. Start small. Try moving dinner just 30 minutes earlier each week. Even shifting from 8 p.m. to 7 p.m. can make a difference. And remember, you don't have to be perfect. The study showed benefits even with reasonable flexibility. Of course, this won't be for everyone. If you work night shifts, have family dinners late, or simply hate eating early, forcing yourself into an early window might backfire. In that case, focus on consistency. A regular eating window matters more than shifting it around randomly. Also, if fasting triggers unhealthy eating habits for you, it's not worth it. The best diet is the one you can stick to long term. This study is a game changer, but it's not the final word. Researchers are still figuring out exactly how meal timing affects different people. For example, what if you exercise in the evening? What about people with different genetic makeups? There's a lot more to explore. But one thing is clear. When you eat matters. If you want better metabolism, steady blood sugar, and easier weight loss, shifting your meals earlier in the day might be one of the easiest, most effective changes you can make. So here's the big takeaway. You don't have to change what you eat to lose weight and improve your health. Sometimes changing when you eat is enough. And according to the latest science, earlier is better. So, what time do you usually eat dinner? Drop a comment below. You might be surprised to see how it compares with others. And if you want more science-based nutrition tips that actually work, hit that subscribe button and notification bell. I'll see you in the next one.